Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully the video won't shut off today like it did on my book haul that I tried recording the other day and had to record like 3 different times. So that's why it's still not up yet. To try and have minimal editing, I am going to try and take this in one take. Let's get started. Today I am bringing you my TBR for the American Horror Stories Reading Challenge that was created by Pru over at Pru Pruitt's channel on YouTube here, and I will link his channel and the announcement video for this down in the description. And I am so excited to finally have like a horror TBR to do. The challenge goes from basically September, so now, until the end of October, and it's based off of the 9 currently available seasons of American Horror Story. And basically they are themed around what each season is. So to get started, we have Murder House is season 1, and that is supposed to be a ghost or haunted house story. For that one, I have chosen to read The Ghost in the Tokaido Inn by Dorothy and Thomas Hooper. It's described as a Japanese Sherlock Holmes with ghosts and samurais. So it should be interesting, and I'm looking forward to it. The next one, season 2, is Asylum, and read something about an asylum or mental illness. And fittingly enough, I have a book called Asylum by Patrick McGrath. If you saw in my previous video, I have another book by him, Spider, that I was going to read, but I sat down to read it, and I just was not in the mindset to read something that dense. So we're going to try out this one instead. An institution for the criminally insane, a beautiful woman with an unexplored capacity for passion, a seductive madman with a hideous crime in his past. In Asylum, a master of the psychological thriller works these figures into a nerve-wracking yet eerily beautiful tapestry of erotic obsession and violence. So hopefully this is good too. Now, season 3 of American Horror Story is Coven, and this is about witches and magic. For that, I am choosing Witches of Lychford. This is one that I picked up from the library last month, and I'm not entirely certain what it's about, but it's a small, short read. It's again another one of those, it's such a nice feeling cover and stuff. But obviously it's about witches, since it's in the title, so this will be my pick for Coven. Season 4 of American Horror Story is Freakshow, and for this the prompts are either monster or carnival, and you can't really see the cover of this because this is a library loan, and even then it is an interlibrary loan, so it's got like this huge piece of paper like plastered on it. I've heard good things about this lately around the horror booktube community, and I'm so glad to have my hands on it. Deals with a theme park. I figure that's close enough to a carnival. So it's Fantasticland by Bockoven. Yes. Season 5 of American Horror Story is Hotel. And for this, there's a little variety of prompts that you can pick. Something from a hotel, something about vampires, or something about serial killers. I was gonna try and pick something with a hotel, but I couldn't get anything in time. So I am going to go ahead and read Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I have a bind-up of all 3 of the Vampire Chronicles novels. I know a lot of people are reading this series right now, this year, at least within the people that I watch. Something that's been on my TBR for a while, and I like the movies, multiples. Hopefully it's a good time. Season 6 is Roanoke, and for this one you can choose between an urban legend, found footage, or a book based off of true events. For this one, I picked up one of my new birthday haul books that I'm so excited for, and that is Devolution by Max Brooks, a first-hand account of the Rainier Sasquatch Massacre. So this is, I mean, I don't know, Sasquatch is urban legend, and I believe this will also count as, like, found footage, because of the way it says a first-hand account. So I'm kind of hoping it'll be like a found footage-esque type deal. I'm excited. I love Max Brooks. I love World War Z. I have to read the Zombie Apocalypse Guide yet, but I've been so excited to read this one. Season 7 of American Horror Story, and this challenge is Cult. Personally, of the ones I've seen, my least favorite, but Evan Peters is still in it, so we get to see that. For this, the prompts are cult, politics, or LGBTQ+, and I'm going a little fast and loose with this one. The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. I want to read this. I want to read this soon. I don't know if any of my other books that I have picked out necessarily have themes fitting any of these, but I believe I have read that this has LGBTQ representation in it, so we're gonna go with it. 8 is Apocalypse. And for this one, we can choose between demon, exorcism, or dystopian. For this, I'm going to pick another book that I was supposed to get to earlier this month, and I never did, but that's Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. I still haven't read any more than the last time I talked about this. I am maybe halfway through. No, I'm a little less than halfway through. But this is dystopian. This is about a zombie-like virus and a pregnant lady and her doctor friend. That's about what I got. And last but not least, we have 1984 with the theme of either slasher or summer camp. Now, I was going to pick up, shoot, I can't remember what it was. I was going to pick up something else for this. Oh yeah, Kill River. I was going to pick up Kill River, but unfortunately finances this month haven't allowed for me to buy that book yet. So instead, again, I'm going to go a little loose with the interpretation, and I'm going to go with The Troop by Nick Cutter. This is another book that has, you know, obviously made the rounds on BookTube. I have heard mainly good things. I think there's maybe a couple people I've seen that have disliked this, but this has to deal with a Boy Scout weekend camping trip. We're just gonna call it summer camp. for necessity's sake. But also, again, just excited to read this. And with that, that concludes my TBR for the American Horror Stories Reading Challenge put on by Pru over at his channel. Again, link down in the description. If you're taking a part in this challenge, I would love to hear what other books people are reading for these different topics. So put them in the comments. Subscribe if you'd like. I just want to talk books.